Seeing as the Marina estate was doing so well, pulling caravans and my uncle's trailer, when Nick's mum bought a 4 Cortina Mark 5 to replace it a month or so later, I happily gave £55 to be the proud new owner. By then I had already had one driving test. This was cancelled at the last minute due to a sudden influx of fog, would you believe? When Nick dropped the car off at our house, I was feeling quite excited. The doors had seriously dropped due to elongating the hinge fittings, making them difficult to close, and having to be lifted up to do so. A lady up the road from the yard had a blue saloon of the same model. On seeing our interest as we stood at the door of her cottage, she gladly donated her doors, but provided we take the whole bloody thing away free of charge. Dad was convinced to go up there with his tractor and tow me back in the marina on an old rope. Doors were then swapped across, and the new ones now closed perfectly, albeit in blue, and the car itself being beige. But I wasn't worried about that, fitting a cassette player and big speakers so we could listen to Motorhead on the move. One regular customer who would show up on a Yamaha T80 Townmate became quite a pal. We used to discuss his love of Iron Maiden's music and talk bikes a fair bit. His father was one of Dad's TV repair customers and had known my granddad 2 years ago. He would call round the house too sometimes if he had been to see Paul. Mum could never remember his name, shouting up the stairs to me in my bedroom, "Come down, meet's at the door." Rather baffling the first time it happened. He was a fair bit older than me, although always seen on a motorbike or a moped, he did actually hold a full car licence. One Sunday he arrived with information about a little Suzuki GP125 for sale. A fella he knew from the pub had mentioned it the previous evening while they were both slightly plastered. I was impressed upon to take over the deal. The price seemed fair enough, so I agreed to take a look with a view to acquiring the bike. Dad and Mum were busy with my ailing grandfather, but no problem. The Marina was on the drive, all legal and with owl plates attached. Beef could sit by the side of me, and me being a learner driver. We could load the Suzuki in the back if it was as described. I shoved the Peace of Mind album in the car's cassette player and off we went. Riverside cottages are always pretty on sunny spring days. This one, on the banks of the River Severn, didn't disappoint either. The guy Beef had been drinking with looked surprised to see us in the beige Morris with its blue doors, but happily pulled the little Suzuki out of its garden shed resting place. It was tatty but complete. Because the price had already been agreed between Beef and the vendor, I just slipped the money over to my friend, who then paid up. Blagging the guy to assist, we manhandled the bike into the estate car fairly easily, though the tailgate wouldn't quite close. Hairy string is always the answer in these situations, I find, and so it was. Off on the trundle home we proceeded, playing host to the stinker stale dribbles of fuel from the bike, fumes percolating in off the car's exhaust through the open tailgate, and Bruce Dickinson shouting at us through the Marina speakers. It was all pretty sedate until a woman in a black Porsche 911 cut us up, overtaking us on a bend. I blew the feeble horn on the Morris, to which the male passenger of the Porsche stuck his hand out of the window making the wanker sign. I was incensed. Changing down from fourth to third gear, I harassed the mighty 1700cc engine to go off in pursuit. Beef was shifting in his seat as we and the Marina, with dead motorcycle inside it, tailgate bouncing, and owl plates flapping in the gale, shuddered up to nearly 80 miles an hour along a thankfully straight piece of road. In the distance, the Porsche was stationary at a T-junction. I applied the brakes, fighting the steering from pulling us violently towards the hedge as forward momentum was shaved off. Drawing alongside the Teutonic Speedster, we could see the driver was on her mobile. Beef rolled down the passenger window, shouting abuse, before I spanned the rear wheels, pulling away, making gravel fly at the car's paint as we left. The bike was unloaded at the yard, and I dropped Beef at my house to collect his townmate. When I saw him with a few others in the pub that night, everyone thought it was bloody hilarious. A duel between a Morris Marina estate and a Porsche 911. Beef never offered to take me out on another driving lesson after that. Hello, thank you for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this and would like to hear more, please subscribe to my channel and also share. It really is appreciated. Thanks. Take care.